Namaste. Dzień dobry. Ciao. Assalamu alaikum. Konnichiwa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ken at 10. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. For those of you regular viewers, you'll know I love a Friday. Do you? My favorite day of the week. Why is it my favorite day of the week? We'll come on to in a moment. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is James Alexander Estate Agents. My name's Ken. That's why it's Ken at 10. And we broadcast daily from our offices in southwest London, Norbury, to be precise, between Streatham and Croydon. We talk about the property market and what's going on, really. So how are you today? Hope you're doing well. I'll tell you why Friday's my favorite day, because it's the day when we get everyone out for the weekend viewing properties. So it's a big day for us in terms of the big push to try and get people out buying the properties that we have on display as opposed to our competitors' properties. So it's what we do, what we call the ring round, where we ring everybody, see what they're doing, pick up on emails, make sure that anyone that's been out viewing with us before, if we've got anything else we can show them. If there's anything we can do on the one they've looked at, perhaps there's an angle where we can look to show them again, or perhaps a different property. Perhaps sometimes we need to negotiate with them to lower their sights or change their mind on area or criterion. And quite often that can make the difference between someone choosing to buy in an area and not. It doesn't have to be, well, you know, you can't get what you want, you have to move on. You've got to think laterally. You've got to think, well, actually, you know, do I need that garage? Does it have to be detached? Would I live with a semi? Can I do without the off-street parking? Could I get a flat without a garden? Would that fit into my budget? So there are always ways. There are always ways to get your head around other ideas. Few things today. I'm going to give you a really great quote for negotiation at the end of the show, and a few things in terms of the industry. Rightmove data. This is something that's in the Express today. Has revealed that 29% of house sales fell through in January, as the stamp duty holiday approaches its closure on March 31st. The percentages edged up from 28% in December and 27% in November. Supply is also falling, with new properties for sale down 21% year on year. That's quite a surprise, isn't it? Rightmove said homeschooling may be delaying some people preparing their home to sell. However, they say 2021 was still the busiest January on record, with sales up 5%. So even though sales are up, supply is down and new houses coming onto the market are down. Demand is strong in the rental sector, they say, with 14% more people looking for rented properties. An interesting article as well, which comes up in Daily Express today. Property prices near London tube stations have declined as buyers are less concerned about having a convenient commute due to the shift to home working, something we've been saying for a while. And researchers revealed that prices close to a London Underground stop average 642, 674. Still a huge amount of money, isn't it? But that's a drop of 2% on the pre-COVID average of 655. And it's just interesting, but it really confirms the trend that we've been saying for some time, that, you know, the commuter areas, and particularly the inner London ones, have suffered more than most. We're lucky in that we're more of a fringe area, zone 3, and needs must area. In that sense, we find ourselves quite well positioned because we offer better value than some of the inner areas, and we don't have a tube station close by, but we do have the zone 3 rail station. London leavers on the increase. Well, this really goes on from what we were saying. This is from the Times. PwC's latest data says that London's population could be set to fall for the first time since 1988 as people opt to relocate. Well, this is a move we've seen coming for some time now, and it's been reinforced, hasn't it, by people Zoom commuting and realizing they no longer have to live in the city. I also think that the city will bounce back quite quickly as we get out of the pandemic. And, you know, we've got some good news. You know, these vaccines are doing well. I'm quite optimistic that we're going to be out of this sooner than people think, and the market will bounce on that. The news on firms' new homes builder Barratt Developments is to resume dividend payments after posting record completions. It warned it would take a £56 million hit on legacy properties, including issues relating to cladding. Quite rightly too, but I actually think it should be much higher than that, because for a while now, and they agree with this actually, they're saying also that we should have a collective responsibility amongst the builders to deal with cladding related issues. And I think that's right. I think it's so wrong, as I've said many times, that buyers are being made to pay out monies for builders' shortcomings in the specification of materials. Very frustrating, that. And if you're caught up in that one, absolutely, we're on your side, of course. So apart from that, we have sunshine here in southwest London. It's bright and sunny. Lots going on today. Just about to go and give some landlord advice for one to rent. Saw a beautiful one last night in several acres of land couple of properties there, different potential, flat build, house build, that kind of thing. Love doing that. When you're looking at something and advising people about, what could happen, what might happen, what the best way around, different angles and issues you can look at with large swathes of land, and what planning's likely, what's unlikely, and how best to deal with it. So lots of that going on. Got a number of inspections on our rented properties coming up today, and the guys are on that, and that's proving very good. Actually, we've really got the remote inspection regime off to a flying start in terms of how we do it and making sure it's done in a way that, as well as can possibly be expected, mirrors what we would do if we were back to physical property inspections for rental. So apart from that, that's it from us today. We're in the process of making our first long-form podcast version of the property news for the week, and we'll be posting that on your favorite podcast supplier very soon. I'll let you know more when that happens. On the art of negotiation, this is a comment that I think really epitomizes the art of negotiation better than anything else. Love this. It's a quote from a guy called Chris Voss, and he wrote a book called Negotiations If Your Life Depended on It. And he was a negotiator for the FBI and used to negotiate with hostage situations. So he really did negotiate like your life depended on it. And he said, quote, "He who has learned to disagree without being disagreeable has the most valuable secret of negotiation." I think that's right. He who has learned to disagree without being disagreeable has discovered the most valuable secret of negotiation. Love that. And I think that's absolutely right. Disagreeing without being disagreeable. That's the key, isn't it? So hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Monday morning with another Ken at 10. Until then, have a fantastic day. Stay safe and well.